There's a truth you need to hear before your life ends. These aren't sweet nothings, not superficial philosophies you're used to hearing. This is the stark, unvarnished truth, an alarm bell to awaken your mind from illusions. Prepare yourself, because what you're about to discover will challenge every belief you've ever held. Are you ready? Set aside what you've been taught, because it's very possible you've misunderstood life itself. We've become too accustomed to lies painted with sweetness. Society has sold us a false dream of happiness, success, and love, and we've bought it without a shred of doubt. They say happiness is the ultimate goal, that success is measured in money and status, that love will complete us. But all of that is just an illusion, lies created so we chase a mirage forever. Meanwhile, the true essence of life is slipping through our fingers. Look around, and you'll see people becoming increasingly anxious, depressed, and disconnected. We're drowning in material abundance but starving for meaning. We have more ways to communicate than ever before, but we lack genuine connections. We've lost touch with the fundamental truths of existence. Is this the life we wanted? A relentless pursuit of superficial pleasures and hollow achievements? It's time for us to cast aside those illusions and face the truth, no matter how harsh it may be. These lessons are not for the faint of heart. They will challenge your deepest beliefs, forcing you to rethink everything you've ever trusted. You might hate me for this, you might try to resist, but if you truly want to live a meaningful life, you need to listen. Prepare yourself, because this journey won't be easy. But it's the discomfort that will be the first step toward growth. Open your heart, and let's begin this journey together. Lesson 1, the comfort zone, the tomb of growth. The first lesson we must engrave in our hearts is, your comfort zone is your tomb. Embrace discomfort. Growth only happens when we dare to step outside our comfort zones. Comfort only breeds complacency. We're too accustomed to sweet whispers about comfort, that the ideal life is one without stress and challenges. But here's the brutal truth. Your comfort zone is where dreams go to die. It's where your potential is buried, where miracles never have the chance to unfold. Think about this. How many times have you accepted a mediocre job just because it was safe? How many relationships have you maintained simply because they were familiar, no matter how toxic they may be? How many times have you chosen the easy path simply because the difficult one frightened you? Comfort is like a sweet poison. It whispers that you've done enough, that it's time to rest, avoid risks, and play it safe. But it doesn't tell you that comfort is slowly robbing you of your growth, your progress, and your very life. When you avoid discomfort, you're missing valuable experiences that shape you, build resilience, and reveal your true self. Look at the people you admire, athletes, artists, entrepreneurs, explorers. Do you think they got to where they are by living in comfort? Absolutely not. They pushed their limits, they embraced failure, they stepped into the unknown again and again. Comfort is just an illusion, a lie, a poison that kills ambition, and a prison that confines you from your true potential. If you want to live a meaningful life, you must be willing to accept discomfort. You must be willing to take risks, face failure, and endure pain. Start with small things. Take a cold shower in the morning. Speak up in meetings. Approach people you admire. Challenge yourself by learning a new skill. Travel alone, or simply do something that scares you every day. Remember, growth begins where your comfort zone ends. Every step outside the comfort zone is a step closer to your true self, a step closer to a life of purpose and meaning. I have a personal story I want to share. Years ago, I was stuck in a dead-end job. It provided a stable income. It was fairly easy, but I felt my soul slowly dying. Every day at work was torture, but I stayed because of the comfort, because I feared change. Until one day I decided that enough was enough. I quit my job without a plan, without any guarantees. I was terrified, but that discomfort pushed me to discover my true passions. I struggled, I failed, but each failure taught me a lesson about resilience. Every difficulty has shaped me into who I am today. Only by daring to step outside my comfort zone did I find a life worth living. Your comfort zone is your tomb. It's time to break the chains and start living a real life. Remember this, the most profound growth in life often comes from the moments that challenge us the most. It is in those uncomfortable moments that we find our true strength, our deepest wisdom, and our most authentic self. Don't let the fear of discomfort steal the life you deserve. Lesson 2. Expectations, the root of suffering. The second lesson you need to absorb is, expectations are the root of suffering. Lower your expectations of others and of yourself. High expectations will only lead to disappointment and pain. We all have expectations. It's an inherent part of being human. We expect our friends to always be there, that our careers will progress rapidly, that our relationships will bring us fulfillment, and that life will go according to the plans we've made. But here's an unpleasant truth. It's those very expectations that are the root of suffering. Recall the last time you felt disappointed. Surely that disappointment stemmed from an unmet expectation. You expected that someone or something would be like this or like that, but when reality didn't meet your desires, you felt hurt, angry, and disillusioned. Expectations are what create a gap between reality and our desires, and it is in that gap that suffering is born. When we cling to overly high expectations, we create for ourselves a vicious cycle of disappointment and frustration. This world owes us nothing, and the sooner we accept that, the sooner we find peace. I learned this lesson the hard way. For many years, I expected my career to follow a specific path. I had dreams, I had ambitions, and I worked tirelessly to achieve them. But life had other plans. The opportunities I desired didn't come. The positions I craved didn't belong to me. I felt bitter, disappointed, and completely defeated. Until I decided to let go of those rigid expectations, I found true peace and contentment. I learned to appreciate the journey rather than focusing solely on the destination. By lowering my expectations, I opened myself to embrace the beauty of reality instead of constantly regretting what could have been. This world owes you nothing, and the sooner you accept that, the sooner you find peace. Expectations are like a poison. They silently destroy your soul and steal the joy from your life. Let go of unrealistic expectations, accept reality, and live each moment fully. Don't let expectations prevent you from the good things that life has ready for you. Lesson 3. Friendships are not forever. The third lesson we need to face is, friendships are not forever. Accept that friendships, like everything else in this world, are impermanent. People change, circumstances change, and that is completely normal. We've been taught that friendship is eternal, that close friends will always be there for us, no matter what happens. But here's a truth you may not want to hear. Friendships, like everything else, are finite. People change, circumstances change, and that's a natural part of life. Think back to your childhood friends, your high school friends, or even your college friends. How many of them are still an important part of your life? The reality is that as we grow and evolve, our relationships change as well. This doesn't mean our friendships are worthless. It simply means that it has fulfilled its purpose during that stage of your life. We often place tremendous pressure on ourselves and our friends that we must maintain the same level of closeness throughout our lives. But that's an unrealistic expectation, and it can lead to unnecessary suffering. People grow in different directions. Their priorities change, their interests are no longer the same, and sometimes they simply no longer fit each other. I remember a close friend from college. We used to be inseparable, sharing everything from our dreams to our fears. But when we entered the working world, our lives took different paths. He moved to another city, got married, and our lives became two completely different stories. At first, I felt a huge loss, as if a part of me had disappeared. But over time, I realized that our friendship had completed its mission. It was beautiful while it lasted, and its ending did not diminish its value. So how can we deal with the impermanence of friendship? Start by cherishing the moments we have with our friends right now. Appreciate the connection, the laughter, the experiences we've shared together. Understand that it's perfectly natural for relationships to change and evolve. When a friendship fades, don't see it as a failure. Instead, recognize that it's a chapter that has ended and that it's paving the way for new connections and experiences. Focus on quality rather than quantity. It's better to have a few deep and meaningful relationships than trying to maintain a network of superficial ones. And most importantly, be your own best friend. Cultivate a relationship with yourself, a relationship that provides nourishment and support, because you are the only one who will always be with you throughout this life's journey. Friendships are not forever, and that's perfectly okay. Embrace impermanence, cherish the time you had, and open your heart to new connections. Life is a series of arrivals and departures, and everyone we meet is a part of our journey. Remember, friendships, like everything else in life, are temporary. They come into our lives to teach us lessons, to grow with us, and sometimes to part ways with us. By accepting this truth, we can free ourselves from the suffering of attachment and open our hearts to the beauty of each moment, of each connection. Let things happen naturally, let life flow. Lesson 4, sacrifice, the path to success. The fourth lesson we need to understand is, sacrifice is essential. No worthwhile achievement comes easily. You must be willing to give up something of value to achieve your goals. In a world where people constantly tell us to prioritize comfort and convenience, the idea of sacrifice might seem outdated. But here's a hard truth you need to accept. Nothing worthwhile comes easily. You must be willing to give up something of value to achieve your goals. Think about the most meaningful achievements in your life. Did they come easily, or did they require you to make difficult decisions, to give up something you cherished? The reality is, sacrifice is the price we pay for great success. It's the currency we use to buy our dreams. Sacrifice is not just about giving up something. It's also about creating space for something bigger. When you choose to sacrifice your time, your comfort, or your resources, you are investing in a future that is more valuable than your present. I have a story to tell. There was a time when I had a stable job, a good salary, and a pretty comfortable life. But deep down, I knew that it didn't give me fulfillment. I wanted to pursue my passion for writing, but that meant giving up my current job and stepping into a completely new world. It was one of the hardest decisions I've ever made. I sacrificed financial security, social status, and a predictable future. But it was that sacrifice that led me to a path that is truly fulfilling and meaningful. So how do we incorporate the principle of sacrifice into our daily lives? Start by identifying what you truly value and what you are willing to sacrifice to achieve it. If you want to build a successful career, you may have to sacrifice your rest time, your sleep time, or even your relationships. If you want to be healthy and fit, you might have to sacrifice junk food or lazy weekends. Remember that every sacrifice you make is a step closer to your ultimate goal. Sacrifice is not deprivation, it is prioritization. It's about focusing your energy and resources on things you truly value. It's about delaying immediate gratification for greater rewards in the future. And the rewards of sacrifice are usually far greater than the comfort you have given up. Sacrifice is essential. It is the foundation upon which all great achievements are built. Embrace it and understand that the pain of sacrifice is only temporary, but the rewards it brings are priceless. Remember, sacrifice is not a loss, it is a gain. It's the process of turning your dreams into reality by being willing to give up things of lesser value to create space for things of greater value. Embrace the power of sacrifice and watch your life unfold in ways you've never imagined. Sacrifice is essential, and it's the key to unlocking the door to a truly fulfilling and successful life. Lesson 5. Don't seek love, seek yourself. The fifth lesson that might go against everything you've ever heard is, don't seek love. Love is not something you can find by looking for it. Love will find you when you are busy living the best version of your life. Society has sold us the illusion that we must actively seek love, that it's something we need to hunt for and grasp. But here's a controversial truth. Stop looking for love. Love is not something you can find by looking for it. Love will find you when you are busy living the best version of yourself. Think about the times you've tried to go looking for love. How many times did it end in disappointment, frustration, or heartbreak? The more desperately we look for love, the more elusive it becomes. When we focus solely on looking for love, we often compromise our values, accept what we don't deserve, and lose our true selves. Love is not a destination, but a journey. It's not something you can force or create. True love often happens unexpectedly, when you least expect it, when you are busy pursuing your passions, pursuing your dreams, and simply being your authentic self. I've experienced it myself. There was a time when I thought I needed to find love to feel complete. I went on many dates, trying to be the person I thought others wanted, but all it brought me was emptiness and the feeling of inadequacy. Until I decided to stop seeking love and start focusing on myself, on my growth, on my happiness, then I found a truly meaningful relationship. So how do we stop looking for love and start attracting it naturally? Start by loving yourself. Spend time investing in your personal growth. Pursue hobbies and passions that make you happy. Surround yourself with positivity and build a life you love. When you are truly happy and feel whole on your own, you will radiate confidence and joy, and those things will naturally attract love into your life. Focus on building meaningful relationships rather than pursuing romantic love. Connect with people who share your interests and values, and let those relationships develop naturally. Love is not a checklist, but a deep connection that will develop over time, usually when you're not actively looking for it. Stop seeking love. The goal is not to find someone to complete you, but to become whole and happy on your own. Love will come when the time is right, and it will be a wonderful addition to a life that is already full. Remember, the more you try to look for love, the harder it will be to grasp it. Love is not a goal you have to achieve, but a gift you deserve to receive. Live your life with passion and purpose, and love will find you in its own time. Stop seeking love and start living. Lesson 6. The majority is not always right. The sixth lesson we must engrave is, the majority is often wrong. Just because most people believe something doesn't mean it's true. Question popular opinions and learn to think for yourself. Society often pressures us to follow the crowd, that what the majority believes must be true. But here's a truth you need to ponder. The majority is often wrong. Just because most people believe something doesn't mean it's true. You need to question popular opinions, and you need to learn to think for yourself. History has proven that the majority can be terribly wrong. Remember, there was a time when most people believed that the earth was flat. Most people supported witch hunts, slavery, and countless other injustices. The important thing is to remember that the majority's opinion is not a reliable measure of the truth. So why are we so easily led to follow the majority? Usually it's because of fear. We fear being different, fear being alone, fear being criticized and ridiculed. But true wisdom comes from questioning, challenging the rules, and thinking deeply about the world around us. Don't let the fear of being different stop you on your path to finding the truth. I learned this lesson early on. When I was a child, I always had questions, doubts about things that people around me seemed to accept easily. I was often seen as difficult, as a rebel. But the more I questioned, the more I discovered that many accepted truths were just cleverly disguised lies or flawed misunderstandings. That journey of questioning led me to a more authentic and meaningful life. So how do we apply this to our daily lives? Start by educating yourself. Read from many different sources, and don't accept everything superficially. When confronted with a popular opinion, ask yourself, does that make sense? Is there any evidence to prove that? Who will benefit from that opinion spreading? Seek out those who challenge you, encourage you to think deeply, and engage in conversations with people who have different perspectives. It is through such interactions that we can develop and refine our understanding. Be willing to change your opinion when new evidence appears. That is a sign of strength, not weakness. The majority is often wrong. Don't be afraid to stand alone. Become the voice of reason in a sea of blind acceptance. It is through such courageous acts that progress is made, societies evolve, and each of us can find their own truth. Remember, following the crowd can lead you down the wrong path. Find your own way, guided by critical thinking and a relentless pursuit of truth. The majority is often wrong, but you don't have to be. Question, challenge, and think for yourself. That is the true path to wisdom. Lesson 7. Patience, silent power. The seventh and final lesson we must master is patience is power. In a world obsessed with instant gratification, patience has become a rare virtue. True power lies in the ability to wait and persevere. We live in a world where everything happens too fast. We always want everything to come immediately, from success, happiness, to love. But here's a truth you need to understand. Patience is power. True power lies in the ability to wait and persevere. We're used to believing that faster is always better, and that waiting is just a waste of time. But the greatest achievements, the deepest experiences, often require patience. The ability to wait, the ability to endure, and the ability to persevere are rare qualities, but they are absolutely essential in life. Even nature teaches us a lesson about patience. Trees don't grow overnight. Rivers don't create valleys in a single day. The most beautiful things in life take time to develop. So why do we so often forget this lesson in our own lives? I learned the power of patience through my own journey. There was a time when I wanted everything to come instantly. I wanted a successful career instantly, happy relationships instantly, and to find my life's purpose instantly. But every time I rushed, I stumbled. Only when I embraced patience did I begin to see real progress. I learned to trust the process, and I understood that true growth always takes time. So how can we cultivate patience in our lives? Start by setting realistic expectations. Understand that meaningful achievements always take time and effort. Practice mindfulness. Focus on the present moment instead of always looking ahead. When faced with difficulties, remind yourself that perseverance is key. Patience is not passivity, but an active and conscious choice to keep going on the path you have chosen. Patience also means being kind to yourself. Don't rush the process of developing yourself or healing your wounds. Allow yourself the time to grow, celebrate small successes, and understand that setbacks are just part of the journey. Patience is power. It's the silent strength that allows you to keep moving forward when everything around you wants you to give up. It's the peace of mind that comes when you know that time is on your side. Embrace patience and you'll see that you become more resilient, more focused, and ultimately more successful. Remember, in a world obsessed with instant results, patience is your superpower. It helps you navigate the difficulties of life with calmness and wisdom. By practicing patience, you hold the true power to shape your own destiny. Patience is not just waiting, it is enduring with a purpose. Embrace it, and you'll unlock your full potential. Finally, embrace the journey. We've taken a journey together to explore some harsh truths. These lessons have challenged us to look at life from a different perspective, to question what we've been taught, and to find strength in places we never thought to look. They push us to grow, to progress, and to live a more authentic life. Life is not easy, and it shouldn't be. It is a series of challenges, victories, and constant transformations. Each lesson we have explored together is like a compass, guiding us through the complexities of life. They were not created to make you feel comfortable, but to provoke thought, create change, and inspire resilience. Remember, it's okay if you feel like it's hard. It's okay if you feel lost sometimes. The path to wisdom and fulfillment is not a straight line, but a winding road full of surprises. Embrace the journey with all its imperfections. Let go of the need to control everything, and allow yourself to develop at your own pace. Look around you. This world is full of people just like you, facing their own struggles, learning their own lessons. You are not alone. Find strength in the common experiences of humanity, connect with others, but also find peace within yourself. These lessons are not just words, but a call to action. A call to live a conscious and deep life, to question, to challenge, to grow, to find beauty in difficulties, and to find joy in the journey. Life is finite and unpredictable, but it's also precious and full of potential. Before you pass away, embrace these truths. Let them guide you, challenge you, and empower you. Live boldly, love deeply, and never stop seeking the wisdom that is always present within you and the world around you. This is your life. Make it an extraordinary journey. Don't let life pass you by in a boring way. Live a life worth living, a meaningful life, a life you will be proud of when you look back. Live authentically. Dare to love, dare to follow your dreams, and dare to face challenges. If what I've just shared has resonated with you, please let me know by clicking the like button and sharing this video with people you care about. And don't forget to leave a comment below the video. Share your thoughts, the lessons you've learned, or your personal stories. Your interaction is the greatest motivation for me to continue bringing you more quality content. And if you want to join me on this journey, please click the subscribe button on my channel and click on the bell icon so you don't miss any new videos. We will continue to explore the truth, seek meaning, and create a better life together. Thank you for taking the time to listen, and remember, your life, your journey is up to you. Live it to the fullest and create a story worth remembering.